Thanks for joining me again this week. I'm your mayor, Dane Walling, and every week I'm trying to put together one of these weekly messages for you so that you have a chance to know what's happening here at City Hall. I want you to be informed as we work through a number of these tough issues, but also take on some exciting opportunities for this city as we transform into a 21st century community with some new jobs, some safe neighborhoods, and better schools. Well, this week I'm putting a lot of time into public safety. It's getting warmer. We're getting closer to the school being let out, and we have to do some new things with our officers. We have to do some new things in the fire department to continue to make this community as safe as possible with the money that we have available. So some good news today, May 10th, we have 34 new officers, firefighters, who are able to start today because of the federal government's commitment through FEMA and this SAFER program, as it's called. 34 new Flint firefighters will be back to work today. I say new, meaning they're new back to work. These are officers who were laid off, some as far back as 2008, and they're now able to come because of these federal dollars. These dollars will last us for 24 full months. So salaries and benefits are all completely covered from today, May 10th, on through until May 10th of 2012. There are, depending on the seniority of the firefighters, there's some cases where the general fund of the city will have to pick up the difference between what a traditional 5-year firefighter would cost the city, but we'll do that because this is so important that we have these firefighters out keeping our community safe and also using these federal dollars that just can really go a long way for us. I'll also be pushing for a resolution tonight, and I hope the City Council will show their support for it. We need a fire chief here in the city of Flint. We've got Chief Locke operating as our Director of Public Safety. He'll continue to do that. We want an integrated system of fire, of police, of 911, but we have to have a dedicated, full-time fire chief. And I have put forward a resolution for John Linker. He had retired as Assistant Fire Chief in 2002 from the city of Flint, one of the hardest firefighters you'll ever find. He's got his master's in public administration from the University of Michigan, and this guy can do so much for our community through this fire department. Council's raised some questions about the budget. Because he's a retiree, we're actually going to amend our resolution. It'll be an $80,000 proposal for his compensation each year. No benefits with health care, no benefits with retirement. So the full cost for 12 months to have a full-time dedicated fire chief, because of his unique position as a retiree from this department, he's willing to take on that responsibility for $80,000 a year. So that's a way we can save some money, and we can also have the leadership that fire department needs in these very, very tough times. This will also allow Chief Locke on the police side of our public safety system to put more of his energy into these 140 officers that we still have, all levels, patrol officers, sergeants, and lieutenants, who are working with our police force, working in our police department, and they need more attention and more time from Chief Locke. So if you agree with me on this and you happen to catch this video message before council convenes tonight beginning at 4:30 for their special affairs session, then give them a call and let them know where you stand. I know that your number one priority is public safety. It's my number one priority, and we need a full-time fire chief. This position is in this year's budget, fiscal year 10 budget. It's also in our proposed budget for fiscal year 11. There's no reason to not approve John Linker, so we can start calling him Chief Linker again and get some strong leadership in that fire department. Has the support of the firefighters union too. So this is one where the administration and our union leaders are together, and we want to see this change. Another thing that we'll be working on this week is dealing with the garbage and the compost. We did call back a few additional waste collectors. Your garbage pickup has been on time for the day every other week that it's scheduled. This week we're picking up garbage in the red zone. So if you're in the red zone or you're not sure yet, you need to check the website or call us at 766-7346 and we'll look up your address, let you know which zone you're in. We got to have you only put your garbage and compost out on the day of your pickup. Some folks got used to leaving their compost out because they started early spring cleanups. We didn't pay much attention to that enforcement because we knew it was spring. You wanted to get it out of the backyard and out from behind the shed, but you can't use the front curb as the place you store garbage for the week. Now it's 2 weeks. You can't use it for the place you store your compost for every 2 weeks. You got to have it somewhere else on your property. Just bring it out to the curb during your designated week, your same day you've always had. The garbage on one side of the yard, the compost on the other end of your property, right at the curb, so our waste collectors don't have to waste a lot of time figuring out what's garbage and what's compost or mixing the two together. So garbage on one end of your property, compost on the other. However you want to do that is fine. Just get those two piles separated and put them out on the day of your pickup. We'll get them picked up. We'll continue with that 100% performance of getting everything picked up on the day that it's scheduled. Now you know that we've started this year bringing our compost down to a citywide compost facility. This is going to save us some money. It's going to give us a place that's in compliance with Michigan environmental laws. We're doing this on the Chevy and the whole site. We had some problems last Monday and Tuesday. Very, very nasty smell was coming out of that compost because of some fluids and water that got mixed in with the leaves, and as those got turned in the warmer weather, I want you to know that we've worked very hard to get that fixed. We haven't had those kind of smells after that problem was identified. We can always put some old leaf coverings or dirt on top of those compost piles to keep the smell down. So this is a serious issue. Yes, we need to save some money, but those kind of smells, we can't tolerate it. So I want you to know that we're going to fix it and get those problem areas covered with either the grass or the breaking down the leaves and dirt mixture that we've got to put over top of it. So we're going to get those smells under control because saving money is one thing, but we just can't have that in our neighborhoods. We can't have that at Kettering University or University of Michigan Flint or anywhere else. So we're working on that real seriously. The last thing I wanted to mention this week is that I will be away for next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We won't be doing one of our weekly video messages. The White House and the Brookings Institute are putting together a summit for auto communities, and that'll take place on Tuesday, May 18th. So I'm flying down to D.C. to participate in the pre-day events with the Mayor's Automotive Commission, and then I'll go down and be a part of the summit on Tuesday. This is another trip that is being done without any taxpayer money. I bought my own plane ticket on my credit card. I'm staying with a colleague right on Capitol Hill for my overnight accommodations. I won't be charging back any incidentals on food or any additional travel costs. So this will be done 100% taxpayer free because I know we need to save money, and it's a small thing that I feel that I can do to be effective in this position without having to use your money. So I'll be doing that on my own dime. But I'll tell you, the benefits are going to be significant. The White House, having them invested in what's happening here in Flint, pushing for us on that SAFER grant, pushing for us on the Buick City cleanup, pushing for us on other upcoming economic development projects and community and educational projects. We need their support, and I'm going to be there in D.C. Putting the best foot forward for this community and letting them know all the great things that we're working on together. So I won't catch you with the weekly message, but you can always drop me an email at mayor@cityofflint.com. You can always call the office at 766-7346. Get onto the city's website at cityofflint.com, post a comment or a suggestion. We look at those every day, and I'll talk to you again in a couple weeks.